In order to prevent cybercrime effectively, we need to understand how does it work. Basically, hackers usually use lots of ways to commit crime. Hackers realize the main network defect and abilities to use advanced computers and network technologies. The hackers access private areas and implied virus into computers through email, website, and any other illegal means, which will link the important information of administrators. Now, there are several common hackers intrusion methods. The first one is Trojan. Once a hacker has gained control of your computer, he will leave a film called a Trojan, which will allow them to access the computer later at any time they wish. The hacker will be hard to detect, and the files may be hidden really well. The second is hacker password. A common method used to hacker password is brute force attract, in which is designed to generate every possible combine of letters and numbers to gain access to someone's personal details. The third is record keystrokes. Once on the victim's computer, the variable records all the letters and numbers typed on the computers, in which if the victim is using online internet banking or typing credit card details, this will be recorded and the hacker will have access. The next is various, designed to move film, multiply film and slow the computer down and make the computer crash and wipe things off its hard drive. To deliver this to victims, download link or emails with link are given, which if checked on and download, they will give the various access to the computers. The next is spy on email. Simply be able to look at someone's personal email use code. And now, Angus will speak about the resolution of cybercrime.
The cybercrime evolution can be broken up into two distinct periods, pre-2000 and post-2000. The pre-2000 era of cybercrime goes as far back as the mid-1980s and was brought about by a younger generation of hackers who usually worked on an individual level and were motivated by cracking into the computer networks for fun to see if they could beat the system. This period was where the computer hacker originated. The post-2000 period is where more hardened criminal gangs exist. They've instilled a professional element to hacking where they hack computer networks to infiltrate and take advantage of the trust of others to make a financial gain. These hackers are more commonly known as black cat hackers. Some of the more famous black cat hackers are Jonathan James, who at 16 years old hacked into the NASA and stole $1.7 million worth of software. Kevin Mitnick, who was the self-proclaimed hacker poster boy and is given the infamous title of being the most wanted hacker in US history. And Robert Morris, who is famous for the Morris worm, which was the first worm on the internet back in 1986. Hacking can also be used to benefit companies and individuals. These hackers are known as white hat hackers, and here they use their skills to benefit companies by testing the integrity of their systems. Two of the most famous white hat hackers are Stephen Wozniak, who is the co-founder of Apple, and Tim Berners-Lee, who is the inventor of the World Wide Web. Now, Jugé will introduce old crime and the false origins of cybercrime.
Many crimes involving computers are no different from crimes without computer. The computer is only a tool that a criminal uses to commit a crime. Basically, there are four types of the cybercrime in the world. The first one is using a computer, a scanner, graphic software, and a high-quality color laser or inkjet printer for the forging or the counterfeiting. It's the same crime as using an old-fashioned printing press with a link. The second one is stealing a laptop computer with proprietary information stored on the hard disk inside the computer is the same crime as the stealing the briefcase that contains papers with the proprietary information. The third one is the using the internet or online service to solicit sex is similar to the other forms of solicitation of sex. The fourth one is the using computer can be another way to commit either larceny or fraud. Next topic is the first orange. There are many instances of the messaging sent is the name of someone who either wrote the content or authorized the sending of the message. For example, email with the box from address were sent automatic by the many serious programs. And posting message in an internet news group or online bulletin board with a first author's name that is intended to harm the reputation of the real person of that name. These acts might be punishable by the existing criminal statutes that prohibit impersonation, forgery, deceit, or fraud. However, a judge might decide that specific language in older statutes about writing or signature does not apply to email. Rather than write new statute for forged email address or unauthorized sending of email in someone else's name, I would prefer that neither lectures broaden the existing criminal statutes for analogous crimes with paper and ink. Then the rule will present something about what should firms and government do to pretend cybercrimes.
Firms should secure their network information. Laws to enforce property rights work only when property owners take reasonable steps to protect their property in the first place. As one observer has noted, if homeowners failed to buy locks for their front doors, should government solve the problem by passing more laws or having more policy? Even where laws are adequate, firms dependent on the network must make their own information and system secure. Also, governments should improve their legal authority after a confrontation with the unique challenge presented by the cybercrimes. It is crucial to examine their current laws to discern whether they are composed in a technologically neutral manner that would not exclude the prosecution of cybercrimes. Then, welcome Jen to present some views about how do individuals do to prevent the cybercrimes.
I'll be sharing a few basic ways that general public could follow to avoid being a cybercrime victim. First, to install the latest antivirus software on your computer and never turn it off. Remember to constantly update virus definition and install a personal firewall and spyware tracker. Never download attachments whose sources you are not certain about. Avoid checking mails or using credit card details in cyber cafes, as computers at cyber cafes could be key locked to steal personal details. Do not give away your residence phone number or cell phone number. Be careful when you're filling in like forms, coupons, or free gift vouchers, as it might be a gimmick to obtain your personal details. Get yourself equipped with information regarding cybercrimes, even it's just some basics. Read up on information about security breaches. In case of many breaches, the only defense is your knowledge. So to create a difficult password as well, one which includes letters, numbers, and special characters. Be sure not to write it down as it might be visible to someone else. Now, lastly, educate your children about the dangers of cybercrime. Children with the unbound curiosity and unmonitored access are common victims to cybercrime. So to conclude our presentation, the growth of cybercrime has called for the need of good combination of law and technology, but most law enforcers only have the resources to deal with big cases. Often small cases are neglected, and it's up to the individuals and businesses to equip themselves to fend off attacks. So being ignorant and relying solely on the law and enforcement for protection is a big no, and it might come back to haunt them. That concludes our presentation. Thanks for listening.